This video is brought to you by
Welcome to Cool Green Clothing. This your last shot right here to get your hands on Cool Green Clothing first ever graffiti. Go online right now at coolgreenclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
If you ain't cool getting that green, you in the way, shorty. For real.
That's just
Cool
basic.
green, man. Stop playing. Cop up, man. Support the man. Pay the man. Support black businesses, man. We need to keep that black dollar circulating, man. Peace, love, elevation. Cool green. We out.
What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you're feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Growing up as a young man in the inner city, you might face a lot of challenges. The passion might be there, the want to do right, go to school, graduate, get a career. But when you look at the reality of your environment around you, it can change your mindset, causing some to walk a different path. Some of us witness trauma at a young age. Brothers' bodies dropping around you, seeing somebody OD, losing a friend close to you by the gun. Your parents might get high, your home life might not be that good, add peer pressure from others. Now you go from a teen who wanted to be successful to someone who can only identify with what he sees around him every day. Being young and impressionable, you take honor in things that's really not about nothing. Like, oh, all my mans and me robbed or carry blitz, making yourself feel like it's whatever and I'm ready for action. We all got people in our family or friends that we call on when things go wrong. It could be anything, but on the street level, we call that person for backup because we know how they gonna carry it and they gonna take care of that business. But some fail to realize that call can go either one or two ways. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will be discussing a phone call that led to a teen crashing out. Back in 2022, Sahiou Kargbo was an 18-year-old young man growing up in Baltimore. Losing his father at a young age, witnessing shootings, and a close friend losing his life to the streets. The young man tried his best to keep his mind right, attending Mervo High School and given the nickname Shaq, which we will be calling him during this video. The young man attempted to do right, even getting a job at Amazon in the evenings. But in prior months, Shaq had a lot of run-ins with police, accused of an armed robbery in Baltimore County and shooting at somebody at a hotel. It was warrants out for his arrest, but he would slip under the radar, still able to work and go to school every day. In another part of the city was 43-year-old James Blue III, a hard-working man, a trained conductor for Amtrak, father of 3, including a son in college and a husband. His wife, a Baltimore City police captain. The family had a comfortable, successful life. James was stated to be a family man, always in good spirits, looking out for his peoples and working to keep elevating in life, even owning rental properties. On January 25th, 2022, James headed to a home he was renovating in the 1400 block of Walker Avenue in North Baltimore. When James pulled in the neighborhood, he was waiting for a delivery for a refrigerator so he could finish up with the home. While waiting, he sat in the car and talked to his son. A woman who was living on the block looked out her window to see a strange car parked outside with a man sitting inside talking on the phone. Feeling like he was too close to her home and didn't know his intentions, the woman got scared and called the family friend who she considered a nephew, 18-year-old Shaq. On this day, the young man woke up and headed to school, but not before grabbing his gun. When he received a call from his aunt while in class, claiming a person was lurking at her house and she didn't know what type time he was on, Shaq quickly walked out of class and left school to go check out the situation. When he pulled up in the neighborhood, he exited the car Seconds later, over 14 shots went off in broad daylight, shaking the neighborhood as a car fled. Witnesses on the scene ran up to a vehicle to find a man laying in the street suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. They called BPD. When they arrived on the scene, they found the man laying on the sidewalk, shot 10 times, unfortunately already gone. He was identified as 43-year-old James Blue. Some witnesses told police they believed it was an attempted robbery. As others stated, they saw a young male run up shooting. James had a gun strapped to his back that was registered to him, but he never was able to pull it, leaving police believing he was ambushed. The case would go public as information came out he was the husband of a Baltimore City police captain. As the family got the news, they were devastated on who would want to hurt the hard-working father of three who had no known enemies. As more people came forward, they gave police video footage from the neighborhood. They noticed the shooter had on khaki pants, which seemed to be a school uniform. The car he fled in was reported stolen. As more information came out, people would call the police station, including a student at Merville High School. They claimed to see Shaq answer the phone and run out of school, wearing the same hoodie and khakis the shooter had on. Police got a search warrant for the young man's home. As they ran his name, they also realized he had 2 active warrants for robbery and a non-fatal shooting. Once police went to the home, they found 2 guns, in which ballistic tests was done on both, with one being determined as the murder weapon of James. Shaq was taken in for questioning, showed the video in which he first claimed it wasn't him. Police got a warrant for his cell phone records that placed him in the area at the time of the shooting, when he claimed to be at school. With this information, Shaq decided to tell his side of the story. He claimed on January 25th, he woke up and headed to school. While there, he received a call from his aunt, concerned because he alleged her house had been shot up before. He headed to the location. Shaq claimed as he got out the car, he calmly approached James, stating, "What's up? This my aunt's house. What you doing right here?" He alleged James stated he didn't owe him an explanation and told him to keep it moving. Shaq then said he noticed James had a gun on him. He thought he saw the man reach, got scared, upped his own gun, and squeezed the trigger twice, then ran. He stated he didn't know the man had died until that night he was at work at Amazon, but detectives claimed otherwise. They stated James never had a chance or seen Shaq coming at all, stating he simply walked to the back of the car and opened fire, letting off shots, hitting James in the back, and then when the man fell out the car, he stood over top of him, shooting more. Shaq was taken into custody, charged with first-degree hit and handgun violations. James' family spoke out, including his mother and sister, stating the type of man that he was and didn't deserve that, and how his kids felt, including his son in college, who was on the phone with his father at the time of the shooting. His wife also spoke out, as Shaq's attorneys argued the case was only so high profile because she was a police captain. As more information came out, some felt the police should have already had Shaq in custody from previous situations. As his lawyer claimed, his client had a 4th grade IQ and didn't understand the situation and couldn't have planned to go and hurt no one, as some felt the shooting was premeditated. As the case made its way to trial, James' family spoke out on how the young man shattered their lives and hurt their family, taking James' life for nothing. Shaq's lawyer was fighting for self-defense or manslaughter, stating James did have a weapon, but with surveillance footage, the gun used in the shooting, witness statements, and cell phone records, at just 19 years old, Shaq was sentenced to 65 years in prison, convicted of 2nd-degree murder and handgun violations. Rest in peace to James. I send my prayers and deepest condolences to his family. This was a crazy situation. In my honest opinion, I feel like Shaq thought he was doing something noble by being there for someone he called the aunt. On the flip side, you make a call knowing Shorty kept a gun on him, had warrants, and things could go left just because somebody was parked outside your house. You could have walked out and asked was everything okay, or simply peeped out, noticed they wasn't there for you, and kept it moving. Shorty, being young and naive, overreacted in the situation. Now a man is gone, and a 19-year-old boy threw his whole life away and crashed out, all over a phone call. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, crazy story. Rest in peace to James. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all already know I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comments. Be respectful. It's another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.